in space, there have always been monsters, hiding in the shadows.
The beast is your fear incarnate.
From you, we need a fear.
A fear as common as the dark, or maybe as unusual as a song or a clock.
Wet
hair. The ocean.
Wet hair.
The ocean. The ocean.
Hair.
The ocean.
Old man.
Chippendale. Luda. Derek Brothers.
Dairy Queen. Windows. An old folks' home, standing on top of a hill. The vines, crawling up the side, almost look like spider legs.
Giant glass windows surround the entire building so that the old people can look out at the beautiful land around them.
On top of the hill, the weather is nice. The wind blows constantly, and the view is breathtaking. Inside, an elderly woman sits. Maria. She watches the view intently, waiting for something, waiting for someone to return. As she looks out, she wonders if he'll ever come back. Her husband, lost so many years ago.
She often waits and thinks that she almost sees him coming over one of the hills, but it's always a trick of her eye.
She's tired of watching. She gets up, and she walks towards the door. But just as she does so, something catches her in the corner of her eye. She looks, and in the reflection, she does not see her own, but that of a young man from many years ago, looking back at her.
Her husband.
He is beckoning her, telling her to come closer, come towards the window. Follow me, he says.
She walks closer, a feeling of joy covering her.
And as she puts out her hand to touch his on the window pane, it breaks, and she falls through 3 stories.
Do we really have to visit your father tonight?
Yes, we have to visit my father. I told you about this for weeks.
He hates me.
He doesn't hate you, he's just an old cantankerous man. He hates everyone.
Every time he sees me, he says, "Karen, I hate you."
Okay, but he's delirious and delusional and he's losing his mind. And that's exactly why we have to see him.
He recognizes me, and he recognizes you every single time we walk in there. It's hell.
It's not hell. I really think you're exaggerating. The old people like it, even if we're not going for my father, just to see a young face, just to play bingo with them for 20 minutes.
The food there is kind of okay, too.
Yeah. It's not that bad.
Well, all right. I guess we can go visit him.
I brought something for him too. I'm gonna bring him a sweater.
What sweater?
Just an old sweater that I don't wear anymore.
You're going to give your father a sweater?
Just a sweater that, just an old. I was gonna give him the sweater you got me for Christmas a few years ago.
Do you know how much money I spent on that sweater? Do you know what that sweater means? A relationship?
I don't have to give him the sweater. I guess that
Go ahead.
So it's just...
Go ahead, Dylan. Bring the sweater.
I'll bring the sweater then. I just don't understand. I mean, we've never had problems with the glass before. How does an old woman fall 3 stories?
Well, she falls out the window 3 stories because we have 3 stories in the building.
Well, yeah, I'm just saying someone should have been looking after her. We weren't looking close enough, and this is exactly the problem in our...
It was my shift. I was supposed to be watching her.
Oh, I didn't mean it that way.
No, it's okay. I'm a little bit absent-minded sometimes, you know.
But to get to the point here, you know, it's exactly that I'm talking about. We can't have absent-minded people working here, and I'm willing to give you another chance.
Are you gonna fire me?
This is your first warning. I'm sorry.
What about the other warnings before that?
Well, this is your last of the first one. It's your first last one. I like you, dear. I do. You have to understand. It's just...
I just have nothing else, and this is what I do. I mean, I feed the old people, and I watch them.
Maria has been here for many years. We didn't want to see her go like that.
I didn't mean to turn around for 30 seconds and then she falls out a window. I don't know why that's all on me.
All right. Well, with the police in there right now, I can't do anything about it. I'm sorry. You weren't watching her at the time, and they are suspecting you.
They're suspecting that
I pushed her out the window?
I don't know the exact details of it. All I'm saying is...
that's worse than a warning. That's full on arrested.
I'll
Put in the
vouch for
slammer.
you. No, I'll
No
vouch
more
for
old
you.
people.
And I'll make sure
No more job, no more real life.
Just jail. For something that I didn't mean to do.
it will really be fine. I swear.
I guess I should go watch some more people then.
All right, then please don't take it too hard.
I'll try my best.
Later that night, as she passed by Maria's old room, she could feel the wind blowing in through the broken glass. She had to go in. She crossed the caution tape.
She looked around at the crime scene, at the shattered glass on the ground.
She looked at the chair where Maria had been sitting earlier that day.
Guilt overwhelmed her. She walked over to the chair. And all she could think about was the woman that was now dead because of her.
Carefully, she stepped over to the window, leaning over and peering at the ground. A fall that Maria had took. All she felt was guilt. And peering down, what she saw in the shard of broken glass, once again a reflection not hers.
It was Maria.
Maria had a hand out, reaching out for hers. Come to me. Come to me, she mouthed.
The nurse couldn't help.
She stepped over the edge and fell.
Well, do you have the sweater?
He gave it to me just a few minutes ago. I can't say I can't say I like it that much.
Oh,
You
well, I
can
guess
take
it's
it
not
back.
that nice. Oh, thank you. I'll just put it away. So, James, what have you been up to in this place? ago?
What do you care? All I do is sit in my chair anyway. It's all I've been doing since you put me in here. You know I could have kept the house.
Well, we're in the house now.
Yeah, I know. It's my house.
But you said once you retired that you wanted to give us the house, right?
I wasn't ready to retire, not just yet. I had a few good years in me left. I could have done it. Could have moved up the ranks. I could have been a big boss, and then I never would have had to retire.
You were 75.
All right, I was 75.
It just wasn't fair to expect us to live with you still. I mean, you are pretty nosy.
And he did need the house. He needed it more than me.
Yes, he did. And then he could pay a little bit more attention to me.
Right. How is the old house?
The house is great.
And how is he?
He's decent.
Oh. The sweater? Is that why?
This sweater's one of the many things.
Oh, I see. I'm sorry, dear. And I'm sorry I've never been quite the father-in-law I should have been. I've never been...
Very nice to you.
No. Never.
You used to pretend I wasn't there.
Well, I could get away with it.
That's true, you guys used to play the "she's not there" game.
It was a fun game, to be honest.
Am I really that bad?
Things will be different now. I'm going to start being a better man. I'm going to start treating you better.
You are?
Yes. Starting here and now. I'll keep the sweater.
I better bet it would look nicer on you anyways.
You think so?
I think so.
It's really not all that bad. It's just not being nice again. I'll leave it there for later, when it gets cold. What with the broken window and all. Have you heard?
No, what happened?
Oh, well, it's very unfortunate. One of my dearest friends here.
Fell through the window?
Yes. Yes, they still don't know quite how it happened. And then last night as well, a nurse here, I never knew her too well. People say she slipped and plummeted through as well. No one really understands what's going on, but two people outside the same window, well, the cops are back again.
Well, I'm sorry for your loss.
Oh, I've gotten to the age where...
It doesn't really matter anymore?
Life stops giving you things and starts taking them away. I've always wanted to say that. But I've kept you long enough. I'll let you get back to your house now.
All right, well, it was a nice visit.
All right.
Enjoy the sweater.
Thank you.
How was the alone time with my dad?
It was actually really great, but I'm kind of concerned. I don't think that nursing home is very safe for your father to be in. There's been 2 deaths in the last 2 days. With all those windows around, people have been falling out though.
My dad's perfectly safe. It's just the same thing you've been going on about that you don't like my dad.
I'm trying to keep your dad safe. I like him now. I want to keep him safe.
Oh, so you guys like each other now?
Yes, is that too so hard to believe?
Oh. Well, What happened? Why do you like each other?
We bonded over things.
He's keeping his side.
He is keeping sweater. That's irrelevant. We need to go save your father from that demented facility. It was a mistake. We need him back in the house.
All right.
Something is
As
wrong.
long as you're okay with that, I can take him back in the house. I never wanted to put him here anyway.
I'm completely fine with that. Now let's go!
As they walked towards, down the hall, entering their father's room,
They realized that the father wasn't there.
he had gone missing. He wasn't sitting in his chair anymore.
He'd gone to the room with the broken window.
He had seen her in the glass, Maria and her husband, saying, "Come here, come towards us." He walked down the hall, all the way towards the broken room. They found him there, standing at the edge of the window, looking out.
They reached for him, but he was in trance. They could do nothing to stop him.
And that's when they saw a black box filled with ashes on top of Maria's old desk. They looked at them. They said, "Harold's ashes." And that's when I saw it. Maria, Harold, both standing in the window. They pulled him away. They grabbed the father, threw him down to the bed.
And then they spread the ashes. They threw it out the window.
And as the ashes floated through the air, off towards the water, and over the sea, Maria and Harold faded back away from the window and disappeared altogether.
Oh, thank God you're okay. Sit down.
How did I get out of my room? Why am I wearing your sweater?
There was something going on with the window. I think the spirit of Maria's husband was telling her it was time for her death.
Oh, she had always talked about him so fondly.
It really is unfortunate.
I guess
But now you can...
that he's dead now.
Yeah, but now you can come home and live in the house with us again.
Right. No, I think I'll be just fine. And you can keep your sweater. I've taken back my words. You're a good girl, but that's an ugly sweater. And I don't want to live with you. I'm just fine here, looking out at the view.
It is a beautiful view, isn't it?
Yes, it truly is. And so the old folks' home would stay like that. The broken window was fixed, the view stayed the same, and the breeze kept blowing.
Everything went back to normal. The couple lived in the house and regularly made visits to the father.
He was still an old cranky man.
And neither of them liked the sweater.